when I was told that I couldn't have kids that time, and that because I've had the fibroids on the uterus.
Yeah.
And I remember somebody said to me, like I was saying to somebody that, like, at the end of the day, if somebody said to me right now, I could give you a kid, would you want it? I'd say, well, probably not. Like, that's not the point. The point is that I didn't feel like it was almost like this thing happened. I didn't have a choice. In the long run, obviously, it was choices that led up to that, but that's a whole other different conversation. But the way I handled that was I just, for the first time in my life, I allowed myself to feel all the things. And instead of just being like, it's okay, or just brushing it away, I just allowed myself to feel all the things. And the way that materialized is that when I thought I was perfectly okay, I'd burst into tears. And then another time I was emotional or crying, and then I was like making really inappropriate jokes and just all sorts of stuff. I was just behaving in a particular way. And I think that lasted for about 5 days max, right? It was in the January period. And I remember that after that point, I never had that same emotional – it was the first time I'd ever allowed myself to feel all of the things whenever it came up. Because, you know, as adults, we push all those feelings down, and you see kids and you let them have their feelings and they're totally okay, and then they don't wallow in the feelings, right?
Totally.
It doesn't happen. But as adults, we never allow ourselves to feel the feelings because we think – you know, and from that point, I realized I hadn't allowed myself to feel any of the things. I let myself feel it, and I've never had the same, doesn't mean I don't have my moments still, but I've never had that same emotional reaction about that. And that emotional reaction was years and years and years and years of build up around that. Do you know what I mean? And so I really learnt then that it's okay just to actually feel what you need to feel.
Yeah.
And as much as I knew all this work, as much as I knew all this stuff, and eventually I went to do all my work around it, cleared whatever I needed to clear up.